Well, hello everybody. What is the rumpus? My name is Steven and you're watching my video on the B-17 expansion. I'm just basically going to go over how the squadron cards work, and that's mostly what we're going to be focusing on here. This is the expansion to Through Hell and Back, which gives us the big, beautiful B-17. So here we are, looking at the new board, and there are cannot think of the word, squadron cards. Nine new squadron cards in the game. I'm going to talk to you about these squadron cards. Okay? All right. First, you don't have to use them. You can use them or not. If you do, you can use up to 2 cards. Those are the rules. You could use more, but kind of unbalances the game and makes things a little nutty. So you might want to just stick to the 1 or 2. All right. So what you do is you choose what cards you want to fly with, or choose which planes you want to be as your kind of wingmen, and in this case, wing rooster, and you're going to assign a dice. I'm going to lock these. You're going to assign a die to one of these cards, or both of the cards. Sorry. Now, you can choose what pip you want to use. Okay, I want to use 6 for Cock of the Sky. I want to use 3 for Tailwind. You can do that, or you can just roll and just whatever random number you get. You just can't have duplicates. So they both can't be 3s or they both can't be 2s. They have to be different numbers. Okay, so I'm just going to stick with that. I got 6 and a 3 and a 6. Sorry. Okay. All right. So the first thing I want to and you don't need to match the numbers. These are all 710th Squadron, but you don't have to match that. You can use, I can put in Little Chum here from 711, but that doesn't matter. It's up to you. So I've got Idiot's Delight, and I'm flying, and then I've got my wingmen, Cock of the Sky and Tailwind to my left and right, up and wherever they are. They're flying with me. All right. Now, when you take off, you do your normal takeoff. You don't need to do that for each individual plane. You can if you want. It's not in the rules, but as a house rule, if you wanted to, for a little fun. And if they did get damage taking off, you would just mark the damage. Either if you have an extra cube, you can mark the damage with a cube, or you can keep a pen and paper handy, and you can just, make a line like marking that, okay, Tailwind had a little damage taking off. There's an oil leak or something, whatever it is. So you can do that for each plane if you want, but it's not necessary. Again, it's not in the rules. So Idiot's Delight is in the air, we're flying, and dun dun dun, we get into some trouble. We got some enemy interceptors coming. Now, when you play the regular game, the interceptors and the escorts would shoot first. That's how you would normally do it, right? And then we would move on to the bomber side of it. When we shoot when it's our turn, the normal turn for the bomber to shoot, we've already resolved the escort and the enemy aircraft. So now it's our turn to shoot. What the squadron cards are going to do is, for each squadron card we have, which is 2, we're going to get 2 more dice we can roll for those crew members. This guy, this BF-110, is a rating of 3. Okay, a little big. Rating of 3, all right? Now that rating of 3 is translates to us only being able to fire 2 dice from whatever section. So he's coming from 3 o'clock low. I got my right waist gunner, 3 o'clock low. Oh, what happened? My dice went somewhere. I can shoot up to 2, right? It's 1 below the rating. So a rating of 3 gives us 2. A rating of 4 would give us 3, and so on. So I can only shoot 2 dice. But man, let's say I just wanted to unload on that guy. Well, I can use 2 extra shots because I've got these 2 guys over here. For the what's the word I'm looking for the squadron members. So now, instead of the 2 I can roll, I can use those extra 2 to make 4. So I could roll all 4 of my ammo dice now. Now, of course, that leaves me with less ammo. Right now, I got to reload that. But let's just say I wanted to do that. Then I could do that. Then I would roll, and let's say, oh, that would have been nice if I got that. But I did match the... Oh, well, it doesn't matter. So the tracer locked in, and then, okay, so he's gone. Okay, so back to the whole thing here. So that's how that works, right? And then the next thing would be, after I do that, I get the interceptors. Now it's the interceptors versus the bomber phase, and that's where we figure out, what's going to happen to us, right? But instead of our bomber getting hit first, we see if one of these planes is going to target the squadron mates. Now, if you've got more than one plane, enemy aircraft card, you might want to do it one at a time. What you're going to do is you're going to roll 1 dice per enemy aircraft. So I'm going to do this in steps. I kind of work from the top and then the bottom, and then I'll go over to the left and work. That's how it's backwards, I know, maybe, from living in Japan, probably. But that's how I would do it. I would start here, and then I would go here, and then I would go here. If I had more than 1, or more than 2, whatever. So I got this guy is the top one. He's going to shoot first. Again, you can do the bottom one first, doesn't matter. So I'm going to do the top one. I'm going to roll. He gets a 4. It does not match the pips on my squadron's mates. So he's going to be attacking me, right? Because it doesn't match. And then I roll for the BF-110, 109. He gets a 5. Again, doesn't match. Squadron mates don't get attacked. I get attacked. So now I would roll to see if they hit me. So the 110 doesn't hit, and then also the 109 doesn't hit me. So in that turn, nobody got hit. That was nice, and we got out. But let's say that they rolled like a 3, right? Now a 3 matches Tailwind. She's got a 3, okay? So what happens is they get a damage. So I could just keep a pencil and paper, and I could just put hash marks, okay? Or I could use extra cubes or even dice, like whatever fits on the card, you can use. So the squadron mates get a total of 10 before their plane is destroyed. All right. So Tailwind's got a hit on her. She actually has 2. I'm going to use the hash marks. So she's got 2. Let me zoom in there. She's got 2 strikes. She got damage from taking off. And again, that's a house rule. You don't need to do that. But let's just say that happened. And then we got this other from the 109. The BF-109. Was it 109 that hit her? Yeah, right. And then after that, we would go to, okay, so the 109 hit Tailwind, so he doesn't shoot us. So we've only got to contend with possible damage from the 110. And then we would roll again. We would say, okay, he has a rating of 3. Okay, he got a 4, so he hit us. And then I would, do the normal thing where I check for damage. Okay, position 8 got hit, and then I would take position 8, and then position 8 got hit, right? And then, just normal rule kind of thing. Now let's just say this is away from the squadron cards for a moment. This is part of the B-17 expansion here. Let me zoom in on that for you. B-17 may ignore the first engine hit card once per mission. So once per mission, and per mission means the flight to the target and the flight back. That's a whole mission. So only one time during those kind of 2 trips you make, going to the target and coming back from the target. If I got hit in the engine and I drew an engine hit card, I could ignore that first card. And in this case, an engine fire. So yeah, I'm glad. But even if it was this was a bad deck, right? Look at that. Even if it was a no incident card, I would ignore that first card, right? It doesn't matter what type of engine problem it is, whether no problem or an incident, you ignore the first card per mission. So you just get like a mulligan. You get like 1 kind of out, Oh, this is the next mission. And the first time we get hit in the engine, Oh, no engine, but still that counts as B-17 roll. Okay, so the next card you draw, you have to take that. You can't say, oh no, you can't choose. Okay, that's how that works. It's pretty simple. So going back to the squadron cards. So let's say poor Tailwind really caught it in the tail, right? Let's say, oh man, she's got 7 damage, and I don't want to risk taking her. We haven't gotten back. We haven't gotten to the target yet. We're still quite a ways away. So I want her. I'm going to take off her pip. I want her to abort, right? I'm going to do the abort procedure. Now, how the abort procedure works is, if I send back one squadron member, then I need to roll 2d6, and if I get double sixes, almost. If I get double sixes, I got a 3 and a 6. If I get double 6, which is a 12, then she has crashed. All right, her plane was destroyed on the way back. If you want to like circumvent those odds, then you can send both squadron members back home. Okay, you don't have to turn them over. You can send them both back home together, and you don't need to roll for the odds if they made it or not. They're just a guaranteed success. Okay, that's it. That's how that works. If you yourself abort, they have to come back with you. They don't have to roll anything. They just stay here with their dice, in the, dice on top of the, the card. They just stay there, and you do your abort procedure, and they just stay with you like they've been, and they help you, like they've been doing. Now, when you get to the bombing section, that's if you abort. I honestly don't abort that often, but, if you want to, if things are going bad and you think it's just going to get worse, maybe you want to abort. So each squadron card will give me 1 bombing dice. Okay, so I've got 2 cards. I get 2 extra dice. So when I do my bombing run, I'll add 2 dice to the pool. Or you can just re-roll like 2 dice if you want. And if 2 dice were not, it's the same. It's 6 half and 1 dozen of the other, whatever the saying is. It's the same thing. So you'll just get like 2 extra dice for your bombing dice pool. All right, that's it. That's the squadron. Pretty simple. I think I said each squadron card gets 10 damage each. So if they get hit by the plane, I don't think I kind of explained that. Did I explain that? I did, right? Yeah. You can just put a marker on there, or just keep a pad next to you and just write down the what do you call it, the plane's name, and keep track with hash marks or something how many times they've been hit. That is the B-17 expansion. It comes with 4 P-38 cards. What was I going to say? It comes with 9 missions. There's 9 missions. A few of the missions take place in France, going against a V2 facility, a V1 facility, a rocket facility, which is the first one. There really isn't one. I did the art for that recently, and it's not in the base game. That's what I'm trying to say. And then we have going up against a chemical and fuel repair. This is the a little better look at the V1 rocket. If you can see, I think you can see that. There's a little V1 rocket there. Those are hand painted. That's not 3D graphics, just so you know. It looks like it might be 3D, but it's not. So it was a lot of work to make those. Hopefully you enjoy that. I had fun doing that. You have to know when to stop with the detail. I wanted to put all kinds of little things in there, but it's so small you don't really see it. And then we have the fuel facility. I went the wrong way. That's what I did. So we have the fuel facility and the port. So you go after that as well. It's fun. It's engaging, entertaining. right? So that's in Germany. You have one in France, one in Germany. So you get nine new missions with the deck, or with the expansion pack, and you get a nice big beautiful 9 by 18 inch B-17 board. I did update the background graphics. It's a little different than the base game. It's a little different. I updated it a little bit. That's it. Well, I guess that's all I have to say. All right. Thank you for watching. Oh, it's available on Game Crafter, and if you want to buy it printed, or if you want to print it yourself, you can get it from Wargame Vault. Yeah, and that's it. I appreciate your support. Thank you for checking out the video, and have a wonderful day.